Okay, guys, so, weather is keeping us inside today. Um, and this week, I simply don't have the cold weather gear necessary to go out right now. So, as promised, because I need to get a video out, and I'm bored as shit, we're gonna go over the gear I currently have. Please don't mind the mess behind me. I'm in our storage room. It's really the only place I could set up proper with everything. Kind of spread out, so. Now, nothing I have is going to be high end. I am not an ultralighter. I have nothing that's going to fall into that category. I'm working on a very tight budget. Some of these things will get replaced before we go on AT, and as they get replaced, I'll tell you about them. But for now, this is what we've got to work with. So let's start with my old pack, and then I'll show you the new pack that I just got. So, old pack, Amazon special. Currently has most of my gear in it. It's nothing too terribly special. It is Iglumon, Igolumon. I don't know. It's from Amazon. I think it was maybe $60. It's a 60-liter pack. It's not bad. It's gotten me through a lot. It pinches a little in certain spots. There are a lot of pockets. I've got my got a lot of things, in my brain here. Pop holder. And we'll go over each item as we go through it. But it's got a lot of pockets. It's done well for me for the last, damn near a year now. It did come with a rain fly, so it was good to get me out there and get started. It is a decent starter pack, we'll put it that way. We'll get into everything that's in here as we transfer it into my new pack, which let's put my new pack over real quick. So this is my new pack. This is the RAI Trailmade 60. I got it on sale. It was $120, which is the first piece of equipment outside of my boots that I have gotten from REI, or really any specific outdoors outfitter that is of a higher quality. It does have a hydration packet, or a hydration sleeve in here. I don't actually know how to use one of those, so that's going to be interesting to figure out if I like that sort of setup or not. I do like the inlet frame in the lid of this. There is, let me see if I can get it. There's a packing guide, which is kind of awesome, as well as an adjustment guide and a QR code for like videos and things. But we both follow the packing guide to get this packed up. This is in the medium to extra large. I went to REI a few months ago and I got myself sized. And that was what I was told I needed. It was like a medium to an extra large. Now, it is adjustable. This Velcro here. That's what that adjusts at. So, for me, I need it lower at about the 18 to 19 decibels. So let's go ahead and move it there. Sorry. So we'll go ahead and move that there. I will edit this so that this doesn't look so damn goofy. And then you just put through, pop it down. There we go. And then that adjusts the back for me. So it's got two hip belt pockets. It's got a nice bulky hip belt. I'm a bigger guy, so a lot of the weight when it sits on my hips, it hurts. So having these extra padded hip belts is really comfortable. There's a lot of extra padding on the shoulders, which is helpful. It does have a lot of breathability with the way the padding is situated. I really liked it when I tried it in store. We'll try it on the trail and see how that goes. Alright, so outside of the main pocket and the hydration pouch, there is a pocket under here for a sleeping pad and your sleeping bag, which is probably where I will put that. Which is accessible by the zip, which is kind of great. You just stuck it in there. Wonderful. There is no other extra pocket down here, which is cool. There are straps here to attach your tent or your sleeping pad or sleeping bag, whatever you need to. The external pocket, it's a little bit stretched, but not a lot, so I wouldn't stress it too much. As long as you have your organization down, that should be fine. There are two angled water bottle pockets, which I really like the fact that they're angled. It makes it easier to reach back and grab your water bottle without having to fight with those more vertical water bottle pockets. I apologize. I'm trying not to wake my partner up. So let's get this started packing. So follow our diagram here. Sleeping bag goes in the lower compartment, so let's get that compressed down. Okay. That's my tent. We'll get to that in a second. Again, my sleeping bag is a Amazon special, which is fine. I don't actually remember how much any of this stuff cost because we bought it so long ago. More parts of my tent. Yay. So, oop, hey, look at that. There's sticks. Alright, so my sleeping bag is not compressed currently. Mostly because I haven't put it back in the compression sack. So let me go grab that really quick. Okay, got the compression sack. See if we can get this thing back in here. This is a decent sleeping bag. I haven't actually used it yet. Haven't managed to. I think it's only 50 degrees, so it's definitely more of a spring summer kind of deal. But for just starting out, it's not bad. This is probably going to be the next thing that I replace, to be fair. Because I have already replaced the pack. So the sleep system comes next. At least for me. I am well aware that that's probably going to be the most expensive thing I buy. Because you don't want to skip on your sleep system. Granted, this got me out there. It got me started. And I'm okay with that. It's... Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. One moment. Got it. Okay. So, this stuff sack does not cinch down very far. But, we're gonna do what we can. So, I did have to do it, well, undo it all the way, as you can see, to get it out of there in the first place. Mostly I did that while I was trying to figure out how, I was trying to test my equipment. get this in here. Nope, that's not right. That wasn't the right direction. Okay. Here we go. Technically it's in. That's just... There we go. Alright. Now just cinch it down as tight as we can. This one cinches in a couple of different ways here, so let's get this taken care of here. Nice. Okay. Let's get... So this bag is a mallow meat. Sorry. Like, yeah, mallow meat. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a... 50-degree bag. Summer rated. You know, with as small as my sleeping pad is, I might put it and my tent in here rather than my sleeping bag. So let's do that. Well, let's pack it the way it says to. So it says sleeping bag in the bag. So let's see if my sleeping bag will fit. Alright. Sleeping bag. On the bottom. Yep, it's in there. Alright. Okay. And then B, heavy items, food, water, tent, and stove. Alrighty. So that should go towards the back, it says. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put... let's get my stove out of my overpack. We're just doing a pack transfer kind of deal. Alright. Hello, pack. Okay. So, oh, I still have stuff in here from the last time I went out, but I didn't use. The last time I went out with my pack, but I simply did not use. Alright, let's just set that stuff next to me for now. That pocket's empty. Alright. This is my stove. If you've seen the infamous bear video, you will know what it looks like. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. This is my stove. It is a wood-burning stove, which I understand is not very popular. It's not really the norm. So, that's fine. But I like it. I like my little stove. It works for me. It works for what I want it for, what I use it for. It sets up pretty easily, pretty quickly. It gets pretty hot. I think it took maybe less than a minute to boil some water for food the last time I used it. I've also used it to just directly cook some brats on top of. During a walk I did not record. I really should have, though. That one was gorgeous. That was at the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. For those of you who don't believe me that there's a Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, you should really look that up. It's kind of cool. Alright, and then it just kind of stacks back in here, all together, nice and neat. That one probably wings, so now, there we go. Alright, and then it goes right back in this lovely little canvas carry case. Now, will I switch this out for a fuel stove at some point? Probably. But this was like $10. So, nice and cheap. So, we'll put that on the bottom here. This is my fire kit. So, it will go... well, fire and first aid. So I have some minor first aid stuff in here. I've got Pepto, my iodide tablets for my water. I don't have a filter yet. I'm going to go buy one next week, though. Got one. So one of these is the, yeah. Okay, so this is the potable aqua germicidal tablet. So this is what cleans it. And then this neutralizes the taste of that. So there's that. I've got alcohol wipes, Neosporin, several lighters just in case, safety whistle, fire sticks, yeah, things like that. Just kind of a little bit of what I need. I do have a full-size first aid kit that I take with me, but I wasn't going on a very big hike last time, so I just took this little bit of stuff that I thought I might need. The last time I took my pack anyway, which was when I fell down a mountain. It's in another video. So we'll put that in there with the stove, because that's what it goes with. I have Ziploc bags that I take with me, so that I can make sure I'm packing out my food waste and things like that, because I take freeze-dried meals and things like that with me. So I have tea bags. I have chicken pouches, because chicken. This is a bag of creamy tomato soup, or potato soup. This technically will feed 8 people. So that's what the Ziploc bags are for, is that when I open this, I can put the rest in that Ziploc bag and not have to worry about it. So that's what that's for. I am actually not going to pack my food right now. I don't have a food bag. So we're not going to do that. This is the rest of my kitchen. It nests inside itself. It's a couple of pots, pans, plates, that sort of thing. This is my cook pot. It has my camp cup in there as well. So that goes there. More, let's see if we can switch this a little bit easier here. You go there. Go there. Yes, okay. Alright. And then I've got my coffee. I'll use that for anything else other than, well, like I said, I'm not packing my food just yet right now. Okay, and then, let's see, what else does it say? Oh, my tent. My tent needs to go in here. Okay, well, that's this. So, this is actually a Walmart backpacking tent. This is an Ozark Trail one-person backpacking tent. It is a freestanding tent. It is all one thing. There's no Rainfly. It's just one big single wall text. That's that. Right there. And there's that. What does it say here? I want to see. Well, then it says clothing. But I don't have any clothing in my pack right now because Dad wasn't taking it anywhere. I do have a 10 by 10 tarp. Or sorry, I think this is a 10 by 8. It's not exactly what I don't have. But that I usually use as my footprint or rain cover for camping, so we're going to stuff that down in there. There we go. Okay. I do have some tools that I like to take with me. Mostly just for comfort. So this pack did actually come with a bright orange rain cover. I only ever used it once, but it worked really well. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave that in here. Okay, and then we're going to work on what some of the stuff here. Okay. So I do have an adult poncho. It is a one-use kind of deal. Probably going to I can't talk. Swap that out for something else eventually. And a trash bag to make sure I'm packing out my garbage. So we will put those in this outside pocket, I think. Alright. I can say it now. Because this bag is actually going to get repurposed by my child later. There's something here. Hold on. Oh, my trowel. Oh, and my drinking horn. Multi-tool. Toilet wipes. I don't know why that tape's in there. Cordage. Alright, and that is everything that needs to come out of here. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can see no internal frame. No frame on this pack. It is super flexy. Good bag. I'll let you guys decide. It also has a reservoir packet sleeve in there as well. But I never used it. Okay. Well, now that we are at this stage of things, let's, and the rest of the space on the inside is going to be used for, like, food and clothing. Let's go ahead and cinch this up. How? This is the second weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Alright, so let's get this all taken care of. There's actually probably some stuff in here I could take out, to be fair. Like, I don't think I need that tarp that much. Oh, hey, look at that. I forgot to put my sleeping pad in. I forgot to put my sleeping pad in. So this sleeping pad does not have a listed R. I'm actually going to leave this up. Does not have a listed R value, which I find strange, to say the least. I went and double checked today. There was not a listed R value on what was on listing for that sleeping pad. So I will probably be getting a new one. Just so I can be like, hey, I actually know what my R value is. Okay, now that that's done. Oh, I see. Okay. Alrighty, so there is that. And then, now the extra goodies. Okay. Multi-tool. My trowel. This goes with my food kit, so this and my pen will probably set. Oh! We're gonna sit here in this outside pocket. This outside pocket here. I do not have a way to weigh my my pack. So, unfortunately, you're not going to get that out of me today because I don't know. Not an accurate way to weigh it anyway. Okay. So these are my temples and my tent stakes. Now, these are actually going to go in one of these outer pockets here. Through my straps here into my outer pocket, and then I'm going to tighten the straps around them so they're not going anywhere. Stakes will go in my outer pocket. Okay, and then I have these. I'm going to put, sorry, my back is giving me a fit for sitting here for too long. Alright, and then we'll just do one of these. I have 4 emergencies. I have glow sticks. I have hand sanitizer. Also goes with the poop kit. My cordage. Will go in there as well. I have backup cordage, but I don't need that right now. I have a saw. Now my saw, I usually clip to the outside of my pack, so that I can get to it if I need to. And then I will tuck it in with my other tools. There. And that is my pack. That is the current gear that I have that I take with me. That's it. That is my pack for now. Not counting, of course, my camera equipment. So this is my Fuji. It's one of the cameras I sometimes take with me outside of my phone camera. This was actually a gift. So I didn't pay a damn thing for it. I do need to get a larger memory card for it, though. Just so, you know, I can have that. But yes, there we go. That's my pack. You know, I don't know if I mentioned that this has 2 hip belt pockets, which I will probably end up using for, like, snacks, my cell phone, potentially my medications as well. Will have to go in here at some point. So there's that. So there's my pack. That's how I pack it. Any suggestions on how I could pack it better, I'm open to. Sorry we couldn't get out and do another hike today, but hopefully if the temperatures change in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to get out there again. I do know that the weekend of the 7th of February, I will not be doing a hike. I will be in New York. I'm going to my first Broadway show, so that's going to be fun. For my birthday. That's going to be fun for me, with my partner and a few of our friends. So, I'm well aware that my system needs updating. I'm well aware that I'm nowhere near ready for what I want to do next year. Um, but that's why I've given myself as much time as I have. I have time to gather the materials that I need to upgrade the stuff that I have to be trail ready for the Appalachian Trail. So, um, that's it for today. And if you can, get out there and do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. The world would be a very dull place if we all listened to everyone telling us what we can't do. So, be safe, have fun, and hike your own hike. You can do it. I believe in you.